Hola, starlights, and welcome back to NovaCraft, the cutest little corner of the galaxy where blocks meet big dreams. It's your girl NasaCrafter, back again with another cozy, chaotic, and totally family-friendly adventure. If you're new here, grab a snack, get comfy, and don't forget to sparkle that like button, because today we are building something adorable. So, picture this. A dreamy city square full of flowers, lanterns, and soft pastel vibes. So, our goal during this episode, we want to work here on our central plaza. I want to make it cute. I like to make it magical. So, I've got my tools, I've got my snacks, and my main character energy ready to go. So, let's jump right into today's episode. Now, first things first, I need to gather some materials because we are going to be fixing up this plaza so that it'll be the star of our central city here. If you have any ideas for future builds, for instance, lush cave villages, fairy forest, underwater cafe, drop them in the comments because you know I read every comment and you all inspire me every single day. Okay, deep breath, pickaxe ready. Let's start grinding for materials. Look at this cave. The moss, the vines. It's literally glowing already and we just walked in. Now, I'm going to slow down for a minute because I can easily get distracted and I do not want to miss any of the glow lichens that we're looking for. It's just so beautiful and mesmerizing when you come into one of these lush caves, but let's go ahead and look to what we are here for. So we're going to go ahead and look for the glow lichens because that's really what we're going to need. And I might take advantage and take some glow berries while I'm here. And I have to be careful, sometimes these caves can be very dangerous. Okay. This is going to look so beautiful hanging off the autumn tree back in the plaza. Now I'm getting excited because I could even put moss carpets everywhere. Maybe I might grab a little extra of these azalea trees and azalea bushes because I am going to need those for later. The thing about it is the azalea leaves, I need to mix into the canopy so the tree doesn't look flat. Because if I do just colors, it's not going to look like a tree. But if I add some of the green azalea leaves, it's going to look like the autumn tree that we're trying to portray. Okay, just double checking everything. I have my glow lichen secured, glowberries secured, azalea saplings secured. Alright, so we're just gonna now head up to the surface and we're gonna get started on our project. Okay, starlights, we're back on the surface and I was feeling so productive and then it hit me. I forgot bone meal. Like, how am I supposed to spread glow lichen and grow azalea trees without it? So, before we start placing anything in the plaza, we need to make a quick stop at the bone meal farm. Alright, let me get my wings ready and let's go. Honestly, I haven't checked this place in a while, so let's see if our skeleton friends have been working overtime for us. Oh wow, okay. Wait, this is kind of stacked. We've got bone meals. We actually have bone blocks. Yes, please, I will be taking those. This is perfect, the bone blocks, because we can break it down into bone meal, which means we have an unlimited supply to make sure that we can continue to spread our grow lichen all over. Alright, mission successful. Okay, let's not get distracted and let's get back to the sky because I really want to see how this future plaza is gonna look from above. Look at that. Right there, the open space, that's where our autumn tree is gonna go. And honestly, I can already picture the fall colors. Alright, let's make sure we have everything. Our glow lichens, glowberries, azalea leaves, and a ridiculous amount of bone meal. I am forgetting one other thing. I do need to go and get my colors. I'm gonna see if I can fly over to G2 Cutes Wool Farm, and we're gonna go ahead and get the colors that we're gonna need for our autumn tree. Alright, let's land and see what we've got. Okay, NASA, focus. I don't want to get distracted by literally every color in existence. First up, let's go ahead and get our red wool. That's important. And let's go ahead and get our green wool, because even in autumn, not everything changes at once, and we want the trees to feel natural. Alright, and here's orange. Orange is going to be great for that change, crisp of colors. Yellow is going to help with the transition. So we're going to add yellow onto the mix. And I'm forgetting an important one. I'm looking for light green or lime green. Ah, there you are. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some light green. I'm probably not going to use too much of this, though we will need a few spots of color in the tray. Now we are complete. Let me go ahead and fly out of the wool factory without ending my life. Perfect. Now, these colors that I've just gotten, they're going to be our accent colors. Not too much, but just enough to make the trees pop, and we want them to feel warm and cozy. And honestly, walking through that factory, it felt like we were shopping for art supplies. Except, of course, in our case, the art is going to be our giant tree in our plaza, which I'm really excited about. It's always pretty when you're flying on a server. Sometimes it transitions from light rain to snow, and it just makes everything feel unique. Getting distracted again, but let's head to that plaza because now we have everything that we're officially gonna need to start on our autumn trees. And this space is gonna look so cute. So next stop, our future plaza. And I think you're gonna love what's gonna happen next. Alright, Starlights, time lapse is complete. And wow, look at this place. Alright, next up, we're gonna bring in the rooted dirt around the base of the tree. I want this to feel ancient, like the tree has been here way before the city, and the city kind of just grew around it. So I'm just gonna place a few patches here on the floor. Nothing too perfect. We want nature to look a little messy, and that's what's gonna make this look really pretty. So this build is already looking a lot more grounded. We're gonna frame everything with some oak slabs around the edges. This is like putting a picture frame on the build. Suddenly everything feels finished and intentional. Alright, let's run this across. Perfect, everything looks clean, cozy, and it ties the plaza together. Since this is gonna be a nighttime spot, we're gonna need some lighting as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and sneak around some soft lights around the tree. Nothing too bright, just enough to make it glow so that the leaves feel magical after sunset. We're gonna age this place a little bit. So I'm mixing stone, cracked bricks, a few furnaces in the ground, and cobblestone into the floor to give the city old city feeling. Like it's a plaza, it has history, you know? I don't want a pattern that's perfect. I'm just sprinkling blocks in random places so it looks worn down over time. To add even more character, I'm placing a few stairs facing different directions so parts of the ground look slightly indented. It's subtle, but the floor has more depth instead of just being flat. Alright, and this is exactly the ancient vibe that I wanted. Up next, I'm gonna do little planters around the base of the plaza. Because you know me, if an area feels empty, we gotta add plants. Just those small shapes with leaves and texture, nothing too tall, so that the tree stays the main focus. Alright, finally, we need to take down this map. We're gonna take this map down and we're gonna rebuild it right behind the big tree so it feels more part of the plaza design. Alright, rebuilding it, now this place looks better than ever. It looks like the tree's guiding you toward the map instead of fighting for attention. I love these builds because it's not that they just look pretty or cute. It tells a story. And that's what we want to do here on NovaCraft. Alright, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and helping me bring this autumn plaza to life. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to sparkle that like button and join the Starlight crew if you're new here. And don't forget to let me know in the comments what you think I should add next. Should I add more trees? Street lights? Maybe a little cafe? Well, until next time, this is NasaCrafter, signing off from NovaCraft.